Guys, it finally happened and it is almost time to celebrate. There is finally one state that has passed the Bitcoin Reserve Bill. Now, I know we got a federal one with the EO, but the various state ones, after 5 or 6 rejections, we finally got one pass. And that state is Utah. That's right, it passed the Senate and the House by overwhelming majority. And even if the governor vetoes it, they can override the veto. I highly doubt the governor will actually veto it. I think he's going to sign it. Now, you're probably saying, oh, Utah said they could use 5% of their state funds to buy crypto so we can see strategic inflow, right? Not so fast, bitch. No, 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 no. They stripped that part out of it. So it is a little bit of a hollow victory, but at least we're getting one. And hopefully this sets in the motion of a flood of states accepting the Bitcoin Reserve. So essentially, it passed the Senate and then it passed the House. The reserve clause, however, has been scrapped, and that actually would have authorized Utah's treasurer to invest up to 5% of digital assets with a market cap of above $500 billion over the last calendar year in the 5 state accounts. Over $500 billion, obviously only Bitcoin. So essentially, like 5% of the state's fund, that could be hundreds of millions of dollars. That's not going to happen, and we're very sad that's not going to happen. But this story is still somewhat bullish because it is the first state to pass the reserve. The reserve clause passed the second reading but was scrapped in the third and final reading. And of course, after it was scrapped, the Utah's House then voted 52-19-4 vote, so more than 66%. And the reason they had to scrap the clause is there was a lot of concern with those provisions and the early adoption of these types of policies. One of the bill's sponsors, Senator Kirk A. Cullimore, said in Utah's March 7th floor session, all of that had been stripped out of the bill. So it's not exactly what we want, but after so many failures in so many other states, we'll take what we can get. So basically, this is the first state to actually adopt it. Arizona and Texas are the next closest to being passed, but those haven't gotten past the House, and that has always been the biggest obstacle. Obviously, Utah's House took a page from the Senate and passed it with overwhelming majority as well. So finally, we're getting these state reserves, and hopefully Utah's state reserve spurs other state reserves. Now, I think these will be state seizures and forfeitures as well that they will actually put in their Bitcoin fund. They wanted to use the treasury funds, and they possibly still could, but their state treasurer is not authorized to right now, and that will have to be come at a later date. I think that eventually will come. And once one state starts doing it, I think other states will start doing it as well. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.